Hi, I'm John Waterhouse. Thank you for joining me for some weekday wisdom. My question for you today is, can your weakness become your greatest strength? The easy answer is not likely. It's a weakness. But perhaps there's another way to look at this. And to explore that, I have two stories I want to share with you today that might shed some light on what I'm talking about. The first story is about a man named Tom Moore. Tom broke his hip and had to use a walker, which he slid across the floor, shuffling his feet to get around. During his time in the hospital, Tom was well cared for by a great team of very attentive and supportive staff members. And he really wanted to find a way to show his appreciation to all those people. But what could a 99-year-old possibly do? Well, Tom came up with an idea to do what he does every day. That is, to take a walk around his garden. Except this time he was going to set himself a lofty goal. Tom committed to doing 100 laps around his garden before his 100th birthday, which was just a couple of months away. And in the process, he would raise money for the nonprofit hospital that had helped him get back on his feet. With small steps, day by day, he made his laps with the help of his walker and with the help of his daughter, who did a great job setting the word out about his fundraising efforts. Tom's cause went viral and became an online sensation and the subject of numerous news reports all over the world. People everywhere started donating and sending Tom well wishes and encouragement. Tom did complete his 100 laps well before his 100th birthday. What was even more astonishing was that this 100-year-old man ended up raising over $40 million for that local hospital. That's quite amazing. If you think that's great, listen to this story. The second one is about David, a 10-year-old boy who took up the discipline of judo after losing his left arm in a car accident. The boy found an old Japanese judo master who agreed to be his teacher. David was doing well with his training, but he couldn't understand why 3 months into that training, his teacher had only taught him one move. "Sensei," David asked, "shouldn't I be learning other moves?" "This is the only move you know, and this is the only move you'll ever need to know," the sensei replied. Not quite understanding, David did trust his teacher, so he kept training. Several months later, the sensei registered David for his first tournament. After the tournament began, David easily won his first two matches, surprising himself. The third match proved to be a bit more difficult, but as the match progressed, his opponent became impatient and charged him. David instinctively used his one move and won the match. David was now in the finals. This time, his opponent was bigger, stronger, and even more experienced. For a while, David appeared to be overmatched. Concerned for his safety, the referee called a timeout and was just about to stop the match when the sensei intervened. "No," the sensei insisted, "let him continue." Soon after the match resumed, David's opponent made a critical mistake. He dropped his guard. Instantly, David used his one move to take down his opponent, winning the match and the tournament. This one-armed 10-year-old boy was now a judo champion. On the way home, David and his teacher reviewed every move in each match of the tournament. And finally, David summoned up the courage to ask his teacher what was really on his mind. "Sensei, how did I win the tournament with only one move?" The sensei explained, "You won for two reasons. First, you've almost mastered one of the most difficult throws in all of judo. And second, the only known defense for that move is for your opponent to grab your left arm." The 100-year-old man with a walker and the 10-year-old judo champion are two amazing examples of how anyone, including you and me, can turn what appears to be a significant limitation in our life into an amazing strength. So I invite you to look beyond what seems to be your limitations and see if you can't transform them into some amazing gifts for yourself and for those you love. And with that, have a fantastic day.